to say we're back, but I feel like sharing, I feel like creating, and the reason for my absence is I haven't felt like it. I haven't felt like my life has been not interesting enough, but don't care for life to even live it to the fullest. So therefore, why would I document it for thousands of others to care about? But with that being said, to take yourself out of ruts, to take yourself out of, the pit in your mind, that takes yourself out of sometimes your environment, your physical location. And I find something that always snaps me out of it, makes me feel better, is going on a solo trip alone. If you guys know me, that's what the basis of this YouTube started off as my social started off as solo traveling trips with a backpack. One backpack, and now my bike. So today we are driving 6.5 hours to the most southern tip of Texas, South Padre Island. And I'll explain, there's some history behind it. My brother was stationed in the Coast Guard there for I think 5 years. So when I was 17, 18 years old, I visited. It was my favorite place in the world at the time. My big brother lived there. He had his own apartment. We would surf. We would go to the club when I was 17. It was the best time of my life. So I don't know, hoping it'll spark something in me to live a little more. So let's go on a solo road trip across Texas alone. I'm gonna get a little bed so I can sleep in my car. I'm gonna sleep in my car. Camping. Let's go. Fucking hell. Let the journey begin. I have not driven this far since I went to Big Ben last year, and not even drive, tinted. So this is gonna be a doozy, but well worth it. Road trip. One of my favorite songs, favorite artists, Mustang, and I run that thing on high hopes till there ain't the price of dreams so much. Got that wrong. I relate to it because I have a Mustang and I don't drive it. So it make you stay. I wouldn't act so angry all the time. I get angry. Better keep it all inside, and I let you know how much I loved you every day. And I do keep it in. Tyler Childers, my favorite artist, and then it goes to some house. Woo! That's my music taste, so. Let's take it back to the time when we were so much in love, baby.
Ooh, yeah. Let us switch tracks on the pain. We close each other so long.
It's 1:30 right now, so whatever time we left at, it's been a minute. I think we're in Corpus Christi, so see if y'all fit right there. God, I was craving Popeyes, and tell me I went to the most boof Popeyes I've ever seen. Faded ass. That faded, yeah. There's literally not even there's not even a car for the employees. Like, employees aren't even in there, and it says open, but I am not trusting that. So definitely no Popeyes in Corpus Christi. Do not go to the Popeyes in Corpus Christi. One thing that I have realized, I got dinner with a friend the other day, and we were talking, and they go, "Do you have a best friend?" And I go, "No, but like I go through like different best friends in a way." And had me thinking, like, I've never had a like unanimous best friend. I've never had like, yo, this is my ride or die. He's my ride or die. I'm his ride or die, whatever, right? Obviously I've had like best friends like in high school. Like, two of my best friends were Sebastian and Garrett, right? But also their best friend, I don't think I was their best friend. So it's like, wasn't like a mutual best friend thing. And same thing, I went in the military for 4 years. I met people, left people, just how the military is, and got out, moved to Texas. And I had best friends here and there. Like Tin, I consider my best friend at one point. Luke considered my best friend at one point. Ethan, but I don't ever think like I was their best friend. And now, kind of look at where I'm at. Not that I don't have anyone, because everyone has someone, but driving 7 hours to the coast alone because I don't have a friend to go with, I guess, is the plain truth. But just had me thinking, like, it's kind of like too late to even have a best friend. Like, at this point, it's like, get a wife, have kids, your best friend are your kids and your wife, and that's life. and you just kind of have guy friends along the way that drink beer with, go biking with, hang out with every once in a while. I don't know, my dad always told me, he was like, you know, your friends are not going to be there for the rest of your life, but your brothers will be, your, you know, wife will be, your family will be, so family's always first. And it's really coming more prevalent now when I'm older and my friends fade, they come and go, and all that's really there is left is like my brothers, and they're all in California though. So anyways, we're on the search for another good Popeyes or maybe tacos, because tacos better hit down here. $82 buckaroonies. If you want to know how much gas was in Texas, about $4.80 per diesel. All right, gang, so this is what we are looking at right now. The bike takes up a lot of room, obviously. Wish I didn't have the amp, but that will get better. Got this mattress topper, which we are going to fit right here. So when I get that configured tonight, it'll be better. All right, so we have made it. Let's go for a run. First things first, and some random car, guy off a balcony was like, "Can I come look at your car?" So random guy's gonna come look at my car, and let's go get a run. Shout out to the boys, sent me the shoes, so sick. Run done, just 3 miles real quick. And I had this thought, I'm running, I'm getting catcalled by women, I'm getting complimented by grown men, I'm getting little boys like, whoa, tapping their friends, you know, just because you are healthy, fit, jacked, whatever you wanna say, like, that is today's superpower. And if you don't have that, like, we all want to be superpowers when we're young, right? Being rich, frankly, I don't think it has that effect. You know, I don't see a rich guy and I'm like, wow, you are the best man ever. Like, I see someone who takes care of themselves physically and emotionally as a role model to me. Of course, being wealthy, that proves that they also take care of themselves and them around them. If you want to be a superhero in 2026, it's by being healthy, being fit, and basically taking care of yourself. We made it. Camping on the beach. Now to configure this back bed and figure out how the fuck we're going to do this. I came prepared. I have a flashlight and we are going to become one with the beach. This reminds me of, I don't know how long have you guys watched this YouTube, but when I camped, or not camped, but lived in the car in Hawaii, when I solo traveled to Hawaii, and there was a homeless guy that I thought he was gonna kill me. Anyways, that slept at one of the volcanoes, and I don't know, same exact vibes as here. I just living and not showering, and you know, I don't have to look good for anyone. I have to ask anyone where they want to go, what you want to eat. Are you okay sleeping here? You know, I don't have to make room for anyone else, and I think that is the beauty of solo traveling, the beauty of being alone. It's weird, but I think I love being alone. Let's figure this out. So we got this bike. We got 2 bags and we got the memory foam, and it's windy as shit. All right, so I'm thinking I might even have to take this wheel off. I hope not, but I might. Yeah, so the bike stands directly up, and then I can sleep on the side. It's gonna be a tight fit. I sleep in that corner. That could be the move, but this fucking thing is taking up a lot of room right here, I will say. All right, we took the bike apart. Bro, this wind's got me fucked up. We almost got it. I think we did it. Check this out. Hey, we took the wheel off right there. Here we go. We're camping at the beach. Drove 7 hours. Just felt like going this morning. I don't know. I woke up and what am I gonna do today? And I decided this. I got this from Walmart today. Alright, check her out! Bro, we're set. Dude, the things you can do that you don't think you can do, but you really can do if you just actually do, lighting goes crazy. Alright, we got the water, we got the cadence. If this doesn't say anything that I actually use the products, I don't know what does. Of course, we got the night sleep. I knew it was gonna be hard sleeping here, so I was like, I need to bring some extra shit. Just magnesium really is all. Code fonz, support if you guys can, because this is how I'm able to live in my car. You know, actually a fun fact that most people probably wouldn't know is that I was supposed to live in a van again, about to buy Westphalia out of the Coast Guard, and then I decided to travel Europe instead because I was bodybuilding at the time, and I was like, dude, no way I can keep that up and live in a van and eat, so I decided to travel Europe instead, but I've always wanted to live in a van. All right, so here's the official setup. Canyon, we got the cadence, we got the Papa 365 chilling, we got Sour Punch Kids, sweet bunch of more snacks, we got the minted shoes, They got a flashlight.
And that's the spot for the night.
That's it for tonight. Night one. I don't know how long we're gonna be here, but whenever I feel called to go home, whenever I'm healed, baby. Good night.
Sweet melody sings wherever I go, running through my mind. Honestly, tossed and turned a lot, but I figured out a way to lay completely flat.
A 100-mile bike ride, or going to try to at least. Setup we cleaned it up a little bit, but we got the Pedal Mafia kit on, we got the heart rate monitor, we got 4 gels, a cadence bar. There's not much elevation here, so I'm pretty stoked, but 20-mile-an-hour winds, so that's gonna be tough. Hopefully my stuff doesn't get stolen. All right, that ride actually was fun but terrible at the same time. 20 miles an hour winds on the way back. And on the way there, I was like, dude, I'm averaging 25 miles an hour for, the first 10 miles. I was like, this is crazy. Maybe the bike fit. I just feel good. Turned around, bro, 13 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour. Holy shit, 20 miles an hour winds. Literally going 11 miles an hour. I can't go any faster. Could not get past it. Heart rate, I couldn't even get up there. My legs couldn't even move. And honestly, I just kind of gave up. Still got about 28 miles. I was an hour and a half. I stopped, got water. I'd rather just run, jump on the beach, get some tan. It was definitely a funish ride. Been out, going to go just honestly hang out at the beach, try to get a tan on for the rest of the day, and catch a good sunset and do it all over again. Yo, so sick. Just fucking cracked my phone trying to record on the fucking tripod like a fucking idiot. Just got home from our trips, getting our life back on track. So I just did an hour on the bike, a little 19 miles real quick, straight zone 2. Today is Thursday, so we have PT today, but I just made a new split. That's 4 times lifting in the week with the optional 5th time lifting. I'd rather have more intentional lifting days rather than going and just like, oh, working out chest today and just going through the motions. Rather than going to an upper, I just have 1 exercise per body part on upper days with a pre-exhaust method, a main compound lift, and then my accessories. That's how I structure my workouts. For cycling, I'm just trying to hit 100 miles a week. And with running, I'm only at 25 to 30 miles a week right now. And so I'll just bump that up 5 to 10% a week. It's summer. Got a lot of layer of fat in me right now from drinking all week in Charleston, which I didn't film at all because I was like, dude, like I actually didn't do shit other than go out on King Street and go on 2 runs. I did enjoy Charleston. I would never live in Charleston, I'll say that much. And I was listening to Alex Hormozi, which is the first time I've ever listened to him, with Tony Robbins. I really enjoyed it because a lot of the stuff it was basically Tony Robbins just like low broing Hormozi, which is good, fine. I mean, he's 65 years old, but low broing him and telling him like, this is what you should do, this is what's wrong with your life and your issues and blah, blah, blah. But I really related to Hormozi because basically, premise of the story is he was just like, yo, I don't even know what my purpose is. Like I have success, but nothing that I do fills my cup. I donate to charity, like doesn't do anything. I help people, doesn't do anything. Like, and I feel like I'm at that point in my life too, where I'm like, I don't even know what like makes me happy. I kind of relate to what Hormozi is, not his values, but like what he was saying. Because basically he was like, yeah, I've just accepted that, like fuck happiness. Like I've accepted the suffering and I kind of always tell myself, like, find the daily suffer, like, kind of accepted that happiness is just not always going to be there and I'm not chasing it. And instead, I'm just trying to find purpose. But what is that purpose? And anyways, I didn't come to any conclusion, but I feel like I'm on the right track and we're going places. I had a lot of clarity on my purpose a year and a half ago, I think. And that was to help others find their true potential because I feel like found mine to a certain extent that I never thought was possible, and that's through fitness, that's through community, that's through self-progression. And like I think my self-progression helps others self-progress, which is probably why you're watching this video, because you find some sort of self-progression in yourself through my self-progression journey, I hope. And so with that being said, I feel like I need to get back to that, helping others find their self-progression, because I don't know, I don't feel like I don't feel like I have progressed, because I feel like I kind of stopped helping people when I let my problems add up. It gets overwhelming. You know, I get a lot of people asking for this, asking for that, pulling me this way, pulling me that way, and then I just like ignore responsibilities, and then it all kind of comes crashing down. It's kind of like how typical men bottle up their feelings, but instead I bottle up my responsibilities, I guess. But with that being said, I feel like I'm just in a season of change that the world is like kind of doing to me. Like it's telling me change, and I'm like, no, I don't want to change. I like my friends. I like my relationship. I like my friendships. And it's like, no, you need to do it. And I was writing my journal last night. I think one of my superpowers is seeking change, chasing change, and adapting. And I haven't done that in the past, 2 years since I moved to Austin, which is fine. Like, it's good to be comfortable, but yeah. And part of me feels like there's a new journey ahead that I need to do, and I need to, like, I'm not friends with any of my best friends I was a year ago, and that's completely fine because my values have just become more solidified. But with that being said, like, there's other stuff that I want to prioritize. Like, I want to prioritize my relationship with my family. I want to really solidify who my lifelong partner will be, solidify my friend group. What does that look like? And if that means being alone for a bit, then that's completely okay. But I feel like I need to spark other change to get on that next path. And that comes with very, very hard decisions, sacrifices, and I'm no stranger to that. So that's why I took the trip to South Padre. I feel like I need to be alone in my thoughts and seek change, and it definitely did help me, but it didn't push me over the edge. So maybe this video will help you to realize, like, if you're feeling just a tug here and there and here and there, I feel like that's the world telling you to change, and you're telling it now, essentially. And a lot of people ask me, like, if I'm religious. I was raised very religious, and frankly, honestly, I'm not anymore. I'm not like I don't believe, but I'm just not very receptive to the messages. I just think, like, I will be a good person in this life. I will help others, and like I still do all the values that the Bible teaches and lessons, but I'm not on my hands and knees praying to a God, basically. I think that's more of the story. Not saying I won't ever be. I'm not completely shunned off, and I know there'll be some people that probably won't like that I said that, including my mom. But if you're like in an adult journey, like, and especially religion, you have to find it yourself. There's no one else that can tell you, teach you. You have to seek it, and you have to accept it yourself. And until you do that, like, you won't ever truly accept the word unless it's from within. So that is all I have to say for this talk. Damn, we rambled for 12 minutes. I honestly needed to rant. I needed someone to talk to, and I don't have anyone. Kind of. Everyone has someone, but at the same time, everyone has no one. So that's my rant. Hopefully I can get back to training, because that just clogs my mind of thoughts.